Should a cat-like creature wear an all-fishnet outfit when preparing food for a restaurant? Pao Pao is what you may get if you mixed elements of Overcooked with Animal Crossing. A hectic restaurant business management sim with cozy village exploration. I got given a key for the demo by Streamers Connected, and a demo is out now if you want to check it out for yourself. It's time to check out the demo for Pao Pao. I started off playing the tutorial, where you begin by choosing an avatar. You can be Ginger Cat, Black Cat, Dog Cat, Ugg Cat, Dave. I chose Dog Cat. Loading screen! So here I am, in my restaurant, and the phone's already ringing. It's the boss. They're upset with me because I haven't set up the restaurant. So it's time for a quick tutorial to show me how to place furniture. The chalkboard allows me to enter build mode where I place just 3 ingredient boxes. I then mastered the art of the ninja dash. And finally, it was time to open. I set the menu, which apparently I only know of one meal item, which is halibut rice delight. I then had to set which ingredients I pulled from the ingredient boxes. The first customer poofed in like a ninja, and out of lack of choice he ordered the halibut rice delights. Time to get cooking. I fried the rice, chopped up the halibut and the mushrooms, threw it on the plate, and then handed it to my first ever customer. But before I could celebrate a job well done, the stove sets itself on fire. I dart back to the kitchen, getting stopped by the door briefly, and then slowly pull out the fire extinguisher. I give it a bit of a spin test to make sure it's working as intended, and then battle the flames. Oh. The explosion has my ears ringing, but I crack on and repair it. The phone's ringing. It's probably the boss. And I'm fired. What a day. If only there was some sort of sign to tell me what to do next. Oh. Well then, let's hitchhike our way to our new job. But first, Pao says he needs to go fishing. At least we stole the fire extinguisher from my workplace. This is good for bait, right? Fishing in Pao is basically like many other fishing games. You throw your line out, you keep the bob in the target area, and you try not to break the line by pulling too hard. Oh, and if you're anything like me, one fish is never enough. After amassing a plethora of fish, it's time to get back into the taxi, christen it with a fire extinguisher, and then move on to pastures new. Oh, it looks like the game booted me back to the main menu. I'll keep my fish, right? Right? Time to launch a new game. We get a look at our new village, featuring pissed off squids. Nazi is waiting to greet us. She wants us to go to the post office when we're ready. And suddenly, we're transported to the town centre, which is very disorientating, so I take a seat to get my bearings. At this dock right here, they just sit next to me, and they're wearing an Adidas shirt, so they're implying that they're into some sort of sports. I muster the courage to start a conversation. Did you see that ludicrous display last night? This'll teach you to be rude to me. Eventually, I find Nancy at the post office, waiting to dispense the next round of tutorial goodness. Now, I'm not the one to point out a joke normally, but look at how slow Nancy's text pops up. Considering this is the first character you speak to, I assumed this was just the usual text speed. But it's not. Her speech comes across so much slower than other characters because she's a sloth. Get it? They are slow. But in order for this joke to work, you really need to introduce a character that can talk at normal speed first. That's my 2 cents anyway. Nancy informs us that she's given the keys to the restaurant to someone else for safekeeping. I'm not sure why. She works at the post office. You think getting the right package to the right person would be their main objective. And like with all exploration games, if an objective tells you to go to the left, you go right first. And boy, wasn't I pleased with that, as I found this dragon kite just lying around, waiting for any dog cat to pick it up. Equipped with my fancy dragon kite, it's time to explore the village. Firstly, testing the emergency brakes of nearby vehicles. I eventually find Cedric, the person Nancy entrusted with my restaurant keys. But he's misplaced them, and he thinks he might have given them to Brock, who's at the sauna. I give him a quick blast of the fire extinguishers for making me go on a second fetch quest for the restaurant keys, and then go visit Brock. Now, Brock's in the sauna, but I got quickly distracted upon discovering that entering and leaving the sauna area would equip and remove a bath towel around my adorable cat-dog creature. I eventually gain enough focus to talk to Brock about my restaurant keys. And he tells me that Cedric is always losing things, which is why he's got hold of them. Ultimately, he just gives me the keys and I'm on my merry way. I continue exploring and suddenly come across another dragon kite. I couldn't bear to pull them apart from one another, so it's time to say goodbye, Dragon Kite. I hope you have lots of little Dragon Kite babies. Wait, what was that noise? Continuing my tradition of being distracted easily, I spend far too much time playing with this whoopee cushion until someone comes out and takes a cheeky picture of me. I run away, embarrassed with my actions. I spot someone using the outside tub and saw an interact key. Let's have a chat with them. Oh, okay, that's not what I was expected to do. Excuse me, sir, I'll leave you to your soak. A quick walk around and some more traffic brake testing later, I finally arrive at my restaurant. It's a bit bigger than my last one. I find the wardrobe, get dressed, because I've been naked all day, and get some sleep. It's day 2. Who knows what we'll do today? Maybe we'll open up the restaurant. But first, time to get out of these restrictive clothes and bless the village with my nakedness. What's this? A shopping cart? Yes, please. Time to take it for a spin. Remarkably, it's able to climb stairs. But I sort of get stuck, and this seal-like creature is not helping the situation by getting in my way. I finally free myself from this predicament and accidentally let go of the shopping cart, and it hurtles down the stairs towards another villager. They look upset, so I'm gonna get out of there. Nancy tells me they're sending a bunch of stuff to my restaurant to get set up, and another villager has offered to give me some supplies. I need to return to Nancy when I get results. I'm not exactly sure why the postal service is so invested in my restaurant. I visit Croc, who's got some fish for me, and tells me about the market where I can buy ingredients for my shop. I grab a trolley, and it's time to purchase those ingredients. I get 20 nori and 20 rice balls, expecting to use the trolley to bring them back, but they're just sent directly to my restaurant. Before I can finally open the restaurant, I need to organise my prep stations. I also then had to choose what was on the menu for today. Normally restaurants have a selection of items to choose from, so setting the menu to include just a spring salad, salmon sushi and a rice roll didn't really seem like a daunting task. It's now 9 PM, which is the perfect time to open a restaurant. Oh, okay, maybe it isn't. Time to go to bed and open in the morning then. It's day 3. To stop myself from getting distracted with villager tasks, whoopee cushions and dragon kites, I open the restaurant first thing. Now to wait for my clientele to come through the door. Oh, I forgot, they ninja'd in here. The service starts off pretty simple, 2 orders of salmon sushi, but as I hadn't cooked in 3 days, I forgot how to do everything and started running around in a bit of a panic. I finally complete the first order, and no sooner than I turn around, another customer appears. What follows is absolute chaos, as I attempt to complete all the orders before customers lose interest and leave. For some reason, I forgot how to make the salmon sushi, and put the salmon in the pot on one of the ovens. Then I added another to a pan for some reason. The stress was clearly getting to me. I finally remembered how to make salmon sushi and tried to bring it to the customer, but they left because I was too busy setting fire to the kitchen by cooking salmon and leaving it unattended. With one oven exploding and the second one on fire, my old boss probably made the right decision to fire me. Finally, I started to get into the groove as I was just fulfilling orders just on time. It was then the last order. I triumphantly brought the dish to the customer and decided to wait close by so that the customer could tell me about how excellent the service and cooking was. Okay, well I guess I'd best clean it up then. This restaurant's a mess. I decided to reorganize the kitchen for efficiency. I also set fire to it again. I needed a few more pieces of kitchen furniture, so I ran back out to the market to buy some. But to my surprise, everyone who worked at the market had fallen asleep where they worked. Thankfully, I was still able to purchase furniture from them. I visited Nancy, and she told me that she had heard that everything didn't go as badly as she had thought, because 3 fires and an explosion is just the run-of-the-mill restaurant experience, apparently. She tells me that I need to build relationships with the townfolk to really make the restaurant a success. The first one being Milo, who wants catfish so that he can mutate the village folk to have the speed of catfish. Okay. I did catch a ton of catfish in the tutorial, but unfortunately none of them transferred over, so I had to spend some more time catfishing. You get the gist. I tried to go back to Milo to give them their catfish, but for some reason it's too late for a mad scientist hell-bent on genetically mutating the village to be awake. I'll go back to the restaurant and have a cunning idea. Preparing the salad before customers come to the restaurant. Who cares that they'll be left on the side overnight? It's time for bed. It's day 4. I could open the restaurant, but I'm more interested in becoming part cat dog, part cat fish. I visit Milo for an update. After handing over the catfish, Milo tells me I need to come back tomorrow. Fine. I spend the rest of the day purchasing more ingredients and then going back to the restaurant where I have an ingenious plan. Reduce the selection so that I only need to make 1 meal. I also make sure to select something that doesn't use the oven because I cannot be trusted. The first customers come in and get to eat the salad I left overnight on the side, but they said it's perfect, so great. With a reduced and simple menu, dishes are flying out of the kitchen and customers are happy, even if the restaurant is covered in dirty plates. The final customer order is leaving the kitchen. As head of chef, waiter, dishwasher and owner, I can't wait for them to give me some well-deserved praise and... Oh, they've gone. Okay. Time to clean and get some sleep. It's day 5, and today must surely be the day we genetically meld with a catfish. But alas, Milo accuses the catfish of catfishing them, by not actually being as fast as he previously thought. So time to track down a cheetah! Not really, Milo just wants me to return in a few days for something else. I venture back into the market and have another cunning idea for the restaurant. The salmon sushi is the only meal that contains just 1 ingredient. This will make it ridiculously easy for me to prepare, so I bought a bunch of salmon. Say goodbye to the spring salad and welcome the salmon sushi as our only meal. I have to dispose of the vegetables that have been lying on my work surfaces for the last day and then get prepped to serve the sushi. I prepare so much I fill up the counter, but I have another idea. Instead of having to trudge through the kitchen every time I serve a customer, why not place pre-prepared sushis on the floor inside the restaurant? It will guarantee everyone gets their order super fast, and I'm sure someone's cleaned the floor in the last month. A little while later, all the sushi is prepared and ready for the customers. All we got to do now is open up the restaurant. The first customer appears and they are served in seconds. The problem with customers ninjaing in is you don't really know what table they'll sit at next. So here I am trying to anticipate it with sushi in hand. Everything is going swimmingly. People are getting their sushi quick, they're leaving dirty dishes, and I even have time to do some of the dishes. However, everything is catching up as a solo chef, and patience is wearing thin as customers almost leave as I took too long to serve them. Suddenly I notice something. Every time I remove a plate, a customer spawns within seconds. So I should leave the dirty plates on tables and prepare food before I remove the plates from the tables. It's finally the last customer, and instead of patiently waiting by their side to finish the meal and wait their feedback, I just get on with cleaning the tables for the evening. The plan to have only sushi available as the only menu item worked pretty well, so I needed to restock more salmon from the market. I spend the rest of the evening preparing sushi for tomorrow and leave it all over the counter and on the floor in the restaurant. And it's time for bed. It's day 6. Milo sent me a letter that his research has gone well and to meet him. So I do. What wonderful science has Milo done? Well, he's provided me with some new dishes to make, which is fine, but we're a one-dish restaurant and I don't expect anything to be as easy to make as sushi salmon. I rush back to check the recipe. It requires 3 ingredients. That's 2 ingredients too many. We're sticking with the salmon sushi restaurant. For today, I've decided to try out my tactic of leaving dirty dishes on tables I don't want to use, only cleaning the single table next to the kitchen. This meant that any time, only 2 customers would appear, and I could control when they arrived. After closing time, it's time to explore, and I find a basketball and hoop. I also found a horn close by, so naturally I decided to see if this would wake up the sleepy merchants. It did not. Time for more cleaning, then bed. It's day 7, and this video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to speed run the rest of my time with the demo. I met up with the pig who wanted me to deliver a letter, discovered boats at the back of my restaurant, and that sailing over lily pads made a satisfying pop sound. Got scammed over $1,000 by a raccoon, witnessed the result of a horrific car crash, which was pleasantly resolved by magicians, struggled to play Dance Dance Revolution, bought a clown costume, wore a clown costume, got scammed by that raccoon again for $2,000, banged on the drum, swung on a swing set, and went on a hot air balloon. And so ends my time with the Pao Pao demo. I haven't even done any farming or played co-op in this game yet, but if you want to see me explore the demo more or play with some friends online, make sure to comment below. This was one game I didn't play on stream, but if you want to see me play it live, also let me know. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe if you like the vibe here, which I'm hoping you do, because this is the very special part of the video only a few people get to see. See you later.